Northside. My name is Krause, and I'm the local outreach minister here at Northside. I'm super glad that you're joining us today, and as we're going through the Entrusted series. This week we're going to be looking at how everything we have is a gift from God. I'm going to be diving into 1 Timothy chapter 6, verses 17 through 19. I'll be reading out of the NIV version. So Paul is addressing Timothy in this passage, and he says, "Command those who are rich in this present world not to be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth, which is so uncertain, but to put their hope in God, who richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment. Command them to do good, to be rich in good deeds, and to be generous and willing to share. In this way, they will lay up treasure for themselves as a firm foundation for the coming age, so that they may take hold of the life that is truly life." So in this passage, I want to kind of break this down a little bit into 4 different sections. The first one is just going to be setting the stage. Paul is going to be giving his perspective of what he is seeing and where he is coming from. Then where he's going to dive right into, well, here's what I don't want you to do. And then he's going to talk about, this is what I want you to do. And then he's going to bring it home and kind of wrap it up and say, this will be the outcome if you do these things. So first of all, Paul is going to set the stage. He wants everyone to understand where he's coming from. And he starts off by addressing the audience. He says, those who are rich in this present world. Now, most people, they want to dive in on that word rich, and they want to focus on that. Paul is not trying to decide who is rich. He's actually looking at a time frame. He says, in this present world. Paul is saying that once our life here is over, there will be more to come. And what we do now not only affects us and the ones around us, but it will also affect us later. So it's not about if you are rich, but it's about how are you using your riches. Next, he's going to dive into, okay, here's what not to do. And he points out 2 things. He says, don't be arrogant and don't put your hope in wealth. Don't be arrogant, meaning we believe that we are more than someone else just because we have more. And you see this played out in social media. I am more because I have more. And Paul also says, don't put your trust in wealth. It's easy to trust in riches instead of the Lord. Money is tangible, and we feel like we're in control when we have it. Truth is, money comes and money goes. And if you don't believe me, just look at the stock market. It definitely comes and it goes. Money is uncertain. Our trust and our hope should be in the Lord, who is our provider and who is certain and who is in control. So now he's going to turn the corner and he's going to talk about, well, this is what I want you to do. And there's a couple things that he points out here. He says, do good, be rich in good deeds, and be generous. Some people think that the main reason to give or to serve is because the church needs it. Actually, the most important reason to give or to serve is because we need to be givers. Being a giver and doing good with our resources, it guards our heart from being materialistic and trusting in anything other than the Lord. Doing and giving is actually a heart issue. Paul's going to bring it all home now. So he's talked about this is what you don't do, this is what you should be doing, and now he's going to kind of bring it home. And he says, here's what the outcome will be if you do these things. He says, storing up treasures is for a firm foundation. Living a life that is truly life. That's what he wants us to understand. That's what he wants us to get. Being generous with what we have, meaning being generous with our money and with our time, it's preparing us for our true home. Otherwise, we find ourselves really comfortable here with all of our materialistic rewards that we have, and then we won't be longing for our future hope. Paul's last line is just perfect, and I love it. He says, do all these things so that they may take hold of the life that is truly life. What he's calling us to leave is the pursuit of money, lay that to the side, and be content with the work that God has given us, because that work is preparing our hearts for a true life, which is eternal life. Well, I kind of want to leave you with a question for this day. I want you to think about, how is the Lord calling you to be generous in your riches and in your deeds? Well, guys, thanks a lot for diving into 1 Timothy with me. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you're seeing this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to Northside's channel so that you'll be able to see more from us. See you guys next time.